Good morning again. This is Dr. Bill coming to you live from the city of Sacramento, California. God now. Goodness on display. No other way. Welcome back to episode number 2. It's still MPN. It's still morning. It's still possible. And it's also still now. No other way. There's many ways to go, but when you get to no other way, that means there's no other option. Witness on display. This episode would deal with a term the Father gave me of the Love Club now. What is the Love Club now? Total Humanity's Evolution. THE. Love. Locating opportunities. Victorious environments or encounters. Club. Commonwealth lifestyle. Uncommon benefits. When? Now. No other way. Many of you ask me, well, what is the Love Club now all about? Well, we have capitalism, we have socialism, we have all kind of isms. But our Father, from eternity, working through heaven to earth, is giving us a new term to use. That term is Commonwealth. What is Commonwealth? It is simply wealth that is common. Did you hear what I said? Wealth that's common. Simply put, if I have any wealth at all, be it words, deeds, property, anything that I consider that's of wealth, it should be common. If you're going to name anything wrong, if there's a raw baby, then every baby is royalty. Every child, every boy, every girl, every man, every woman. We talk about royalty. That's goodness on display. That's the God now. G-O-D. In time is goodness on display. It comes from downloads from heaven. It's not about going to heaven. It's about bringing heaven on earth. God bless you. This is Dr. Bill.
God bless you. This is Brother Bill Sr. coming to you live from the city of Sacramento, California. This is episode 2. Put on a little commercial up there. Hope you enjoyed that little spiel. But of course, I want to speak to you in a very relaxed tone and just jump right into the episode. As we stated earlier, the voice is now speaking in time. The I am of. I am of is simply invisible, almighty, overwhelming force. And we learned on the first episode that the Father has stated that only two gods are operating in time, and humanity has nothing to do with him, has everything to do with us, and has acronyms of G-O-D. G-O-D, God, G-O-D. The G, the first one is goodness. The O on the display. That's what we need in society today. Goodness on display. And when you see goodness on display, it blesses everyone. It lifts everyone's burdens. It takes care of everyone's problems. Then you have another God. And that side is operating from an evil humanity standpoint. And it's governments of dominion, God. Governments of domination, God. And the last one, very critical, greed on display. So in this episode, we're going to deal with two terms. One we are familiar with, especially in the Western world. It's called capitalism. There's all kinds of isms, socialism. Just pick it. Pick whatever ism you want. But our Father from heaven is saying he wants us to operate as a commonwealth. But what is a commonwealth? As stated earlier in the commercial, it's wealth that's common. Wealth that's common. Now, capitalism, you have to capitalize. It's all about profit. It's all about return. It's all about investments. And you constantly trying to reach another dimension, another goal. It's never enough. Well, if I have $1,000, I'll be happy. No. You get the 1,000, now I need 10,000 and I'll be happy. No. I need 100,000. It never ends. That's why we have the thousandaire class, the $100,000 class, the $1 million class, the $1 billion class, and governments operate in the $1 trillion class. That's why the foundation of a thing is very critical. And if the house has been built on a bad foundation, it will not stand. Don't have to fight it. Don't have to fight. When Jesus Christ came in time, he never fought with the Roman government. And the Roman government was an empire. It's likewise the British government operated as an empire. And in recent, the American system is operating as an empire. But you don't have to fight the empire. All empires will collapse. Why? It's not built on a commonwealth system. It's built on capitalism. It's built on tyranny. It's built on oppression. It's built on slavery. And you just check your history out and go back to the original thought that the Father gave us in Genesis 8 by saying, as long as the earth remains, there will be seed, time, and harvest. If you plant the wrong type of seed, put time on that wrong seed, I guarantee you a harvest that you will be praying for as a crop failure. You will want that crop to fail because you will not be able to enjoy the harvest that you sow. Why? Because it was a bad seed. And that seed can reach all kinds. It's more than just money. I mean, we like to concentrate on money because in the Western world, the Western society, the world in general, we need money to pay bills, to buy food. So money is up there with oxygen, right? Okay, so we're not We understand why we go after things, but all I'm saying, the Father is saying now, you must realize the seed that you're planting, be it money seed, educational seed, I don't care what it is, it's a seed. And when we put time on it, we're going to get a harvest. So if we don't like the harvest that we're getting now in this world, the wise thing to do is stop doing what we've been doing and ask the Father to give us another alternative. And that's what heaven has always been about, which we didn't understand. We was taught to go to heaven. We have been trained to go to heaven. Work out your soul salvation with fear and trembling. That we got to be born again, and so we can go to heaven. Well, heavens was created like earth. The Father created the heavens and the earth. That's a creation. Eternity is where our Father resides. He has no issues. He has no problems. He do not need our worship. He do not need us praying to him as a natural father. It would be outrageous for my children to walk in the home here and fall on their face and start praying to me. I'll be saying, what is wrong with you? Speak to your Father. Communicate to your Father. That's what it's always been about with Adam in the garden, in the beginning. Why are we getting spooky? Why are we getting crazy? What happened in the original state is what he wants happen at the end of the state. He didn't change his rules. Humanity changed the rules because they wanted servants. They wanted slaves. They wanted to dominate others. And the command was, you have dominion over everything, the fish, the birds, the plants. He'd never give us dominion over each other. Never gave us dominion over each other. So, Commonwealth is wealth that's common, which would change our system to give us another opportunity to understand that we do not have to accept capitalism, and we're not going to fight against capitalism. I have no fight against it. If you want to continue in that system, go for it. The Father never fought the Roman government. He always went after his children, those that wants his ways of doing things. He said, let. He never make. He said, let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus. So whatever Jesus thought, he said, let yourself think those thoughts. Whatever Jesus could do, he said, greater things are you to do, since I am returning to my Father. So we are here to share this short episode. This would not be a long episode. I want to get right to the point of what the subject matter would be about today. And it's a simple term, the Love Club now. Or what is the Love Club now? The Father said, get your club going. Something that's very radical. Jesus was always radical. He never fought. Once again, when he started his ministry, what he did, he had John the Baptist to go outside. He never went in the temple. He never went to church. John the Baptist didn't go to church. He went out into the wilderness to preach and proclaim and declare the kingdom of goodness on display has arrived. Then the church group sent men to John and asked him, who authorized you to be out here talking? Why? Because the talk he was talking, the words he was using, wasn't learned in a book, wasn't learned in a university or a school. He was being downloaded directly from the Father. He was speaking life-changing words that has authority and authorization. We have been taught to believe and have faith. That's fine. I've been there, done that, understand that. As a child that's growing up, you get training wheels on a bicycle to help you balance things. But at some point, you take the training wheels off. Why? Because you know how to balance things. You never leave the training wheels on a 10-speed bicycle. There's something wrong with that whole visual, that whole situation. Training wheels to help you learn how to balance. But once you balance, you get rid of things. You don't keep trying to bring the baby car seat in a regular car. And you're going to try to fit yourself in a car seat. You have to leave. The car seat was never bad. It got you through your early years in safety. But as you grew, you can now sit in a seat and just continue to grow. Well, this is what I'm saying about belief and faith. I'm not fighting your belief and faith. Keep it if that's what you want to do. But I'm allowing you to hear that the Father said there's two more words. Really, it's one word, but we can use it in two ways. When he speaks to us, as Jesus said, I come to do my Father's will. What was he saying? I have authority and I have authorization. So it's not about your opinion. It's not what you think about me. It's not what you say you're going to do to me. Because no man can take my life. And the life Christ was talking about was more superior than the life we're talking about. Our life consists of living in a form environment. His life, he's talking about, is life in a formless eternity. You cannot kill eternity. Eternity can't die. It's invisible. You can't see it. No man took Christ's life. And that's a whole nother episode. I better not go there. Dude, I'm going to be completely opposite. But let me get back to the Love Club. The THE, once again, as the first episode, I shared with everyone that the Father's downloading acronyms to me and letters. He said, I will give you letters and I will tell you what I want you to say about those letters in acronyms. So the THE is total human evolution. That's what we need. We need total humanity evolution. We have became stuck. And my brother always liked when I says this, and I hope it don't offend anyone. But we get stuck on stupid. We get stuck on stupid. We're doing things that are not working. We want gun control. But yet, we know the gun is causing a massive amount of killing. It's an assault rifle. But because of the money that can be made, $25,000 to $3,000 per weapon, we will not deal with it. The gun lobby, the gun manufacturers. Once again, you're dealing with capitalism that must capitalize. Okay? So we will not touch that gun because there's too much money being made. But then we were crying and weeping because we got so many people dying. So which one are we going to do? We're going to do capitalism, or do we need commonwealth, wealth that's common? That the wealth is not to the top 1% of the world, so-called leaders, the movers and shakers, the billionaire, the trillionaire class. That's not commonwealth. Wealth that's common simply means whatever I have as a human being, I have the ability and I have the authority to give you access to it. Access is way more important than you trying to hold everything for yourself. When you learn how to give others access to anything and everything, you have freedom. The things don't control you, but you are controlling the things. And as human beings, we are here temporary. Once again, time. What did he say time means? T-I-M-E. Temporary images manifesting an environment. We are not going to be here forever. We are not going to be here forever. We are only here temporarily in time. And all of us is given time. An example I stated in the first episode, our Father don't count time and recognize time like we recognize. A day to him is 1,000 years. 1,000 years is a day. What is he saying? Don't talk to me about time, really. Because it don't really measure up to eternity. So I'm not concerned about it. That's something that's earth limitation time, visible time. We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We have months of the year. We have a year, a decade, 100 years, 1,000 years. We're talking about what we have determined that the day is. But let me radicalize your thought right now. The Father thinks of just one day. One day. We are rotating around. The earth is rotating. The sun is stationary. As we just go with me there. It's the same day. We saying it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's the same day. We're just rotating. Same year. Has it changed? No. We're just dying. We're replacing each other. Folks are checking in and checking out, but it's still day. It's just day. The sun don't say, okay, it's 2022. The sun ain't talking. The sun is not talking about no year. The sun is just going to shine until it decides shine is up, light is up. Just something to think about. So the Love Club now is total human evolution. If we can stop being selfish and become selflessness, we can turn things around. So the Father said, Bill, you all need the Love Club now. But what's love all about? Once again, the acronym LOVE. Locating opportunities. He said, I know you all like crisis. And I talked about the Mayday in the last episode. The 3 Maydays. Maydays of emergency calls, Maydays of distress calls, and Maydays of crisis calls. But he gave a opposite words of three. He said, Mercy Day, Mercy Day, Mercy Day, which now creates Mercy Day of discoveries, Mercy Day of developments, and Mercy Day of deployments. So love is locating opportunities. The V, victorious, the E, environments. If we get the environments corrected, not only physical environments, but mental environments, every environment that we are operating from, if we can get it to operate at the highest possible, correct, and in order level, it will change our world. You will be looking forward to getting up in the morning. You will be excited about your future. You will have hope on a level that you never have experienced before. Why? Because you're operating in the love that the Father is talking about, which has nothing to do with capitalism. It has everything to do with wealth that's common, because you and I is creating a loving, a victorious environments. And out of those environments, we are encountering each other. So I'm not coming to you begging and pleading. If you see me in need, you will act if it's within your power to do something about it. What's the club all about? And we're just about through. Once again, I said this will not be a long episode. I want to come in and come on out of it. The club, C-L-U-B. The C stands for Commonwealth. The L is lifestyle. It's just a lifestyle about Commonwealth. It's different. Lifestyle. We don't worry about anything. We are at complete rest. We recognize we have access to everything, that nobody and no one can stop us but ourselves. That we have the victory, and we don't know nothing about defeat. What's the U? Uncommon. Commonwealth lifestyle with uncommon. The B, benefits. Water Club. Commonwealth lifestyles. Uncommon benefits. Why is it uncommon? We ain't seen nothing like it. We haven't experienced it yet. The closest we came is on the biblical story of the day of Pentecost and the early church, as they so stated. They had all things in common. They had all things in common. They sold out everything and brought it all, and they had all things in common, and there was none feeble among them. Why? Because the folks among them, everyone among them was more important than the things they had. Stuff. I got a lot of stuff. I got stuff in storage. Loads of stuff. And I'm excited because most likely in Commonwealth, that stuff gotta go. To any and everyone that need it. Why is I'm sitting up here holding it for? I don't need it. And it's good stuff. It's good, pretty good stuff. But in Commonwealth, wealth is common. If you need this stuff, won't you take this stuff? Well, I'm going to store this stuff and pay money to store it. Hello? Okay. The Love Club now, and you all know that now stands for no other way. And when you're dealing with no other way, you get there when you realize there's no other options. So if you think capitalism, socialism, any other ism you can come up with, it's a better option. Stick with that option. I'll tell you, keep on going. But just put time on it because it's temporary. It's not gonna last. It cannot stand. It will not stand. You're gonna get a harvest from it because it was built on manipulation, oppression, domination, dominion, and greed. And we were never authorized to have domination or dominion over each other. So that's why I can conclude with you today in simply saying, the Father saying, discover the Love Club now. And in future episodes, we will share even further how to actually demonstrate and execute and deploy the Love Club now in every area of society and humanity, and watch the change happen right before our eyes. So may goodness on display bless you. Until we meet again, this is Dr. Bill coming to you live from the city of Sacramento. Be blessed.